Basketball and Hockey Podcast. I am your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always, he is not sure if he's going to get a chance to make the third movie in his 28 Years Later trilogy. It's Tyler Carcara. Tyler, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm ready to talk about basketball.
You ready to talk about basketball?
Just basketball. Okay, Adam. Today we're on target.
You don't want to do a live Cenimatrix before that?
Stay on target. I mean, I can. Let's pull it up. Let's see who it is.
It's not a hard one today. You should be able to blow through this a little bit.
It takes no pushing to get me off track, you know?
I know. It's part of the problem with when we podcast.
Andy Serkis, Mark Hamill, and Laura Linney.
Laura Linney.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Laura Linney, one of those people I know is in things, but I'm not sure I could name those things that she's in.
Luckily, 100% of the Laura Linney properties I knew, there was a square for.
Well, that's good. I'll just go down the list first. Andy Serkis. I don't know if you're the same way, but like if there's an actor where it's like they have one franchise that could just crush all of them, I just kind of try not to use it out of fun, you know? Like if it's Chris Evans, I'm like, I'm not going to use a Captain America movie unless I have to.
I will say, for 2026, because I did that thing where I watched all the MCU movies, my gimmick has been to use as many MCU movies as possible on Cenimatrix, especially for weird actors.
That's true. For weird actors is funny. When it's like a weird poll where you're like, they were in like one scene of Thor, The Dark Worlds or whatever. Yeah.
You talking about Matt Damon?
Let's see. God, what is Andy Serkis? Remember when Andy Serkis made a Jungle Book? Like right after the real Jungle Book, the Disney Jungle Book. Andy Serkis's Jungle Book was called Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle.
That's not a real movie.
That is famously a movie. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you've heard, but this is a movie that exists.
Hey, while you're
he's also the voice of Snoke. That's right. He could have. Damn, I could use.
Oh, is he really? I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Did you finish your Cenimatrix, or you just finished with your Serkis?
I just finished Andy Serkis. Mark Hamill. He's in this weird fucked up movie called The Guyver. I'm gonna use that.
Why do you know that?
Because I'm a sick man, Adam. Google The Guyver. It's an anime adaptation from like the 1990s. Super weird fucking movie. Like what if Power Rangers was yucky?
Okay. Yeah, it kind of looks like if John Carpenter had made Power Rangers.
That's right. That's actually a great way of putting it.
I saw a
100
couple
million
monsters
plus worldwide. I'm using Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Scene in that movie.
That's such a good one.
I'm gonna give up right there because I can't think of a single other Laura Linney movie.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I know Laura Linney is in stuff. Is she in one of the Jurassic Park sequels?
Not any of the ones I've seen, but probably.
Right.
Like she feels like someone they would be like, we can't get Laura Dern. Who should we get? Laura Linney. While you're doing that, I'm just gonna read you my my Cenimatrix here real quick, and then we'll, like you said, talk about basketball.
Congo. You ever see Congo?
Never seen Congo.
I forgot about Congo.
Primal
Fear.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Black Panther. The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Black Panther?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Andy Serkis.
He's the bad guy.
We were still talking about Laura Linney. It's like,
Mark Hamill. The Life of Chuck as my 3-word movie.
Sure. Oh, yeah. That's a good pull.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker for $100 million. And The Long Walk, in a movie containing I used 2 Stephen King movies from last year in my Mark Hamill row.
It's fucking sick, dude. This is the type of shit we care about.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where we're at.
And then Laura Linney, I didn't get the 3+ words. 100 million, Mystic River. Title contains the Squid and the Whale.
The Squid and the Whale. She's in The Squid and the Whale?
Yeah.
Primal Fear. She's in Primal Fear. It's a movie
I've
seen. I've seen that.
Is that the one with
it's one with Ed Norton.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one with Ed Norton, right?
Not a good movie. Like good twist.
Yeah.
Good Ed Norton performance. Not a memorable movie around that. Good Chicago movie.
It's a Chicago movie?
I think so, yeah.
Excellent. Well, speaking of Chicago movies, should we talk about basketball?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. That's why we're here, right?
Here's the question. Is this going to be a cut-out bonus clip that I put out like sometime next week, or are we just leaving it all in the podcast?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
You're the producer of this said podcast, I'm just
and
the talent.
Unfortunately, the editor.
as is so often the case.
We here at Town Alone do a little podcast called Basky every week. We're on alternating weeks to talk about basketball and hockey. And folks, it's a basketball week after you got a glut of hockey last week for the Olympics. And speaking of the Olympics, Tyler, I've been a little worried. I've been trepidatious. I've been concerned with
about
the
what?
USA's dominance.
What about the world right now would have you concerned about things?
Price of coffee? That's about
yeah,
it. That's
listen.
Yeah.
That's not nothing.
I've been a little concerned. The sentence keeps getting worse before it gets better. I promise. I've been a little concerned with the United States dominance in the field of basketball coming to an end.
Sure, yeah.
He
had us in the
since
first
dream
half.
team,
Not gonna lie.
The United States has been nearly untouchable as the top dog. I mean, obviously we've had our wars against Spain and last year France and Slovenia, but now on the rise, this French team with Wemby at the center, the waning years of Jokic and Luka, and I had my concerns, but I kind of think the USA is about to enter an era of dominance in basketball again, and that includes like winning MVPs. Because I was looking in light of the men's hockey team winning gold and then proceeding to piss off every liberal in both Canada and America.
Yeah.
I was looking at the potential 2028 roster for the USA men's team because we'll be losing Steph, LeBron, and probably KD, who were like the cornerstones of the team during the last Olympic run.
Right.
But let me run this by you. How do you feel about alone these first-time additions to the team? Cade Cunningham, Cooper Flagg, Chet, and Colin Knippel.
That's like 3 of the top 10 players in the world in there. And Chet.
On top of that, not to mention Ant in a bigger role, presumptive MVP Jaylen Brown probably making the team.
Tyrese Halliburton. Presumptive MVP Jaylen Brown.
you don't agree?
No.
It's crazy to think by the next Olympics, we'll have had 2 straight U.S. MVPs in Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown.
That's your take? That's what you're going with?
Yeah. But then, you know what else dawned on me? You know what else occurred to me? Not just to mention Flagg and Knippel, 2 American players from this draft class.
Sure.
2026 draft class. Cam Boozer, AJ DeBansa, that guy who checked himself out and Bill Self looked like his head was going to explode.
Darren Peterson.
I don't know, man.
Darren Peterson. Can I get a Darren Peterson takeoff?
Yeah.
Darren Peterson is we have VJ Edgecombe at home. You know. That's my Darren Peterson take. Anyway.
But I think what I'm trying to say here is there a chance that going into the next Olympics, we're talking about how the United States has ripped off multiple MVPs for the first time since 2018 and looks like a, I don't know, minus 150 favorite to win with maybe Canada or France in a distant second?
I think France is quite good. They need like one more player. They need like one more guy. Like it was cool to have Gershon Yabusele, you know?
Yeah.
Getting hustle rebounds and putbacks and stuff, but you need one. I think they need one more guy to probably compete for real.
So I know you weren't like super checked in to Olympic hockey, but
and by super checked in you mean and not at all, not 1 second watched. Yes,
exactly. Yes. I don't know what I did to my fucking camera. There we go. The thing that Mike Regan of the Town Alone podcast and I talked about a lot was that yes, Canada has the stronger top end of their roster, but they have no depth on the blue line. They have some bad bottom 6 forwards, and their goaltending sucks. And so, like with France, it's like, yes, you have Wimpy, who has the potential to be the best defensive player of all time in the NBA and a multiple-time MVP. But, like, fucking show me a French guard you trust.
Let's see. Oh boy, God. Yeah, I'm Googling stuff.
They might still run out Killian Hayes.
They have a lot of centers.
Yeah, well, 2 at least.
Don't. Yeah, you've got 2 on your roster, big guy. Come
Oh,
on.
Beranger. I forgot about
Beranger.
Beranger.
Exactly. Otherwise, god damn. It's just like, whoa, it's gonna be Musa Diabate and Bilal Koulibaly and Ushman Jang,
Ushman Jang, yeah, and
Noah Essengay. Yeah, there are just no guards, man. I mean, it's like Killian Hayes. I guess it'll be Killian Hayes.
Excellent. Fucking Killian Hayes. Yeah, so I'm not worried about France. And then Canada has the opposite problem.
Yeah, they have no big men.
Yeah, they have what's his face in the Grizzlies. They have one of those 2 fucking tall guys from the national title game a few years ago that I can never distinguish one from the other. Zach Edey.
I guess.
They have Zach Edey.
Sorry, I'm still trying to determine who France's starting backcourt would be, and as far as I can tell, it's going to be Pacome Dadier.
Oh yeah.
The fucking the Knicks guard, and I can't find Teo Maledon. Am I forgetting someone? Frank Tilikina. It'll be Frank Tilikina.
Oh my God, Frankie Smokes. Forgot about Frankie
Smokes, dude.
Yeah, forgot about him. He was out of mind.
Rupert gets minutes on the Blazers. Ricochet. I forgot about Ricochet.
Ricochet.
They got all kinds of
benched,
guys.
Man.
They're just. Oh, what about Nolan Traore on the
yeah.
Brooklyn Nets?
Man, there's a lot of really young French guards in the league.
Yeah, Adam.
Just none of them are very good is the problem.
Yes, none of them are very good. But they're all there, so they will have guards on the team.
Yeah. I mean,
that French team is going to be like every college basketball team with a really good center, where it's like, just give it to the fucking God, give it to the center. God damn it. Stop taking 30-footers.
Yeah. Every time they pull up, you go, no, just pass it inside for 2.
Just pass it inside to Zach Edey. What are you doing?
But yeah, Canada has Zach Edey and like no other centers, right? Jay Huff could be Canadian. He just has like a Canadian vibe to him.
Oh, let's Google him. He might be Minnesotan. That would be my guess if I saw.
Yeah, that also would make sense. He's definitely north of the Mason-Dixon line. That's for sure.
Jay Huff is from North Carolina, Durham.
Okay,
North
he
Carolina.
is not north of the Mason-Dixon line, folks.
That might be.
Mason-Dixon line's above Virginia.
Oh, really? It's that high.
So I went to high school in Virginia, so you learn about the Civil War like every day. That's all they teach you about. They're like, we don't care about what happened at the Civil War. This was our golden era, where the capital of a country was in Virginia.
Yeah, dude. That's what Florida is really weird, because Florida history is like. Here's Ponce de Leon.
Yeah.
Sea turtles.
Did he ever find that fountain of youth?
I don't know. I'll call him. I'll get him on the horn.
Good bit.
It's like Ponce de Leon, alligators, sea turtles, lots of natural history in Florida.
Okay, makes sense. History. Yeah.
And then during the Civil War, they're like, I guess you're part of the Confederacy, but like 10 people lived here because there was no AC. It was just swamps and gators.
Let me ask you this question. I'm always thinking like as a producer, right? Because this my website and by an extension the YouTube channel, very important to me. I always want to continue to grow them, continue to support them, do what's right for them. Let me ask you this. Do you think it would lead to more or less clicks if this podcast had a very NBA-centric title, but the thumbnail was just Ponce de Leon wearing like a Utah Jazz jersey? You think that would lead to more clicks or less clicks?
Maybe the same amount of clicks, but from different people.
Okay.
What happened to Ponce de Leon?
He died of old age, I'm assuming, or because it was back then like fucking scurvy or rickets.
Juan Ponce de Leon. Do you think he's a Heat fan or a Magic fan?
Magic. I think he's a Magic fan. He's not cool enough to be a Heat fan. Like all the Heat fans are like really cool people who don't watch basketball.
Let's see. In March 1521, Ponce de Leon finally returned to Southwest Florida with the first large-scale attempt to establish a Spanish colony in the now continental United States. However, the native Calusa people fiercely resisted the incursion, and Ponce de Leon was seriously wounded in a skirmish. The colonization attempt was abandoned, and he died from his wounds soon after returning to Cuba in early July.
Every early era explorer, it's like, how'd they die? It's like, they got hit with they
got stabbed in the leg,
side.
and then it got gangrene, and they died. Yeah. This seems awful, man.
He was just surrounded by people holding incense over him and saying a prayer until he died screaming.
His signature, okay, you gotta go to his Wikipedia page because it has his signature at the bottom. Fucking sick. I don't know what's going on here. There's like 2 squiggles on either side of the words of the letters.
Okay. Let's try to break this down real quick. It looks like he tried to draw a scroll and then sign the scroll in the middle.
It does look like that. You're right. That's a good call. What is happening?
I don't know. That is.
Do you think he did that whole thing every time?
That's what I was about to ask. Like every time he had to try to sign anything, was he like going like scribble, 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 little line underneath, scribble, scribble, scribble? Ponce de Leon.
I can't make out anything going on here.
It kind of like it says, in poor Helio.
In poor Helio.
Yeah.
With 2 squiggles on either end. Anyway.
This is either the best content we've ever done or completely unusable. It's breaking down.
No, what other basketball podcast will give you 5 minutes on Juan Ponce de Leon's signature?
Yeah, well, if we didn't lose him with the Cenimatrix, and we didn't lose him with the Ponce de Leon signature, we're definitely going to lose him now with what I dub to be the nichest basketball segment in the history of serious basketball potting. That's right, folks. The one thing every NBA fan knows right now is that we are 1 week away from the start of Formula 1. Now, those of you at home might not know, but outside of Tyler and I being in a similar jail that was unescapable for several unending months, being where we met at work, we also then burgeoned our friendship into what some people will call a bromance through mutual enjoyment of the F1 sport. Although
you could argue that I was the one who got you into F1.
I was about to say Tyler did drag me kicking and screaming into F1, and now
I didn't want to.
I would say
honestly, the fact that we got you into F1 is incredible because I would say your resistance to getting into new things is very. You're a tough cookie, you know.
Are you saying
we're like the Muppets, and you're like fuck off, you know?
I've simply told you that if you assign me a children's movie and it's bad, I will have my revenge. Now, if the Muppets movie is good, no revenge shall be had. It is that simple.
That's the thing is I don't know if you're going to like it or not. Anyway.
It's got to be better than Fandango at Home advertising Fandango at Home in the middle of me watching a Brandon Cronenberg movie.
It's like AMC having 8 AMC commercials before every movie.
How long ago did they shoot that Nicole Kidman thing? Have you seen Nicole Kidman now? She looks 20 years older than in that commercial.
Yeah, I'm for them leaving that. I'm actually over the Nicole Kidman commercial, and I am now focused on the one of the young couple who is like watching the movies and gets transported into the movies.
Ads? Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the most like iPad kid brained, like dangling keys cinematography like I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's really something. But is there anything better than the movie theater sound of Coke filling a big glass of ice with Coke, filling a big glass of ice with Coke? You can
with
picture
the ice
that
cracking
sound.
And everything. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty top tier.
Click, 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 click.
I didn't even get to the thing where I thought we were going to lose the audience, which is that we're comparing F1 teams to NBA teams.
This is a great way for people to get into F1. Forget about the Netflix series. That's actually the best way to get into F1.
You know what? Never can really get into Drive Survive. My problem with it is that it lags a season behind. Yeah. So by the time that I'm watching it, I'm like, I already know what happens. I don't care about any of this.
Well, that's the problem with Drive to Survive is either you have to be a total sicko where you're like, I care about what these guys are arguing about behind the scenes. Or, you know, you have to be a newbie who knows nothing. Because if you're in the fleshy middle ground like us, where we're like, we watched the season, I'm like, I know what the storylines were. I watched the season and read therace.com, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I read all the articles. I get it.
So if you are someone who similarly enjoys Drive to Survive, knows everything about the Mercedes compression ratio engine specs, or simply reads therace.com to find out who Fernando Alonso is mad at, this is a segment for you.
Everyone.
If not, don't worry. There's timestamps in the description. So with that, you ever do that? Like, the fucking Bill Simmons podcast used to do this, where they would have timestamps in the description, and he would be like, all right, first we're on with my dad, and I would just go, all right, let me click the next timestamp. I don't care what your dad has to say. Doesn't do it anymore. He'll have a guest on that I don't want to listen to. I'm like, well, I'm just not going to listen to this episode then.
Yeah.
Anyways, comparing F1 teams to NBA teams. The way we did this is we had to make a comp for every F1 team, not every NBA team. Every NBA team would take a lot longer. So I don't know if there's a particular order you want to go in here. We could go alphabetical. We could go in order of the grid finished last year. Or if you simply got one you really want to rip off right away, we can start there.
Honestly, I don't have a strong take on this one.
Let's just go alphabetical. Nice and easy. We'll start with Alpine.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Alpine, I think this is actually one of my better ones.
Okay.
I have the Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
Because no one gives a shit, and they're bad, and they've been bad forever, and there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, that's
I just but what does any of this, all that stuff, things people actually care about?
The one I had was the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks.
Why the Hawks?
So
break it down.
For starters, so some of mine are vibes based, some of mine are quality based, some of them are just driver based, and this one I just couldn't get away from. The Zachary Richer is just Franco Colapinto or Jack Doan. Pick your young guy who's going to get ripped away.
Jack Doan
got the team ripped away from
Jack Doan has been gone, Adam. You got to take deep breaths. For those of you who don't know, we should probably provide some context on these teams. Alpine is a French F1 racing outfit. Alpine is the high-end car brand version. They are the Lexus to Toyotas. It's like Lexus and Toyota.
Yeah. Okay.
Or is it and it's Alpine and Renault. So Renault is the big car brand
I didn't know that.
Team.
I'm unfamiliar with French car brands, so I didn't even know that those two teams.
Renault is one of the biggest car manufacturers in the world. Yeah. Renault, not good at building F1 cars. Fernando Alonso famously won in the 2000s in Renaults, but that's the last time they were relevant.
I just kind of assumed that everyone listening at this point would either be an F1 fan or just like the sound, like just have us on for background noise.
I've chosen to just. I'm bringing people in, Adam. It's all about inclusivity.
It's like Wake Up Dead Man. It's not about this. It's about this.
It's about this. It's about this.
So then after I had the Richer Colapinto comp, we're like, if Colapinto start like is 19th or 20th in the first two races, he might get yanked for one of their other drivers.
Yeah.
But then I had to figure out who Pierre Gasly was. And now, that was hard, right? Like, is Pierre Gasly is like what? Like an upper midfield driver? Good, not great. So I went with Jalen Johnson.
Sabonis.
I went with Jalen Johnson. Is Jalen Johnson a little too? Is that
Jalen Johnson has more upside? I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that insulting to Jalen Johnson or Pierre Gasly?
I think it's insulting to Jalen Johnson. Because if Jalen Johnson stays exactly where he's at for the rest of his career, then yeah, he's probably Pierre Gasly. But
what about Dyson Daniels then?
Yeah, that's a better comp.
A
better comp.
Yeah. So
how do you feel, who's the Jonathan Kuminga of this team of F1?
I know. Do they have like a driver that used to be a test driver of someone else who's going to come on and score 27 points?
Mick Schumacher, bring him back, baby.
There you go. That predates
Mick
me,
back
but
in the fold.
I know Mick Schumacher because he was in the only season of Drive to Survive that I watched, and boy, does that guy crash a lot of cars.
Yep. Yeah, he does. I mean, to be fair, that Haas seemed undrivable. So,
all right, next up, let's get your Aston Martin comp. Your Aston.
Ooh, this one was actually tough. So Aston Martin, when I think about the vibes of this team, the vibes are rancid.
Yes.
Rancid vibes.
Real bad vibes.
Lots of money, ton of money invested for basically no return.
I can see where you're going with this.
I have the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, that was not where I thought you were going with this. Okay, I like that a lot.
Yeah, maybe it's just because they're both green. I have a few color combos here where it like makes sense, but like Fernando Alonso's Giannis aging star, is he going to stick around?
Right. Now I can't wait to find out who you're going to insult here.
Constantly complaining. Lance Stroll is Kyle Kuzma?
I honestly don't know who should be insulted there. Like, maybe a little bit.
It'd be like if Austin Rivers was on the team.
That's exactly what it'd be like. Yeah.
On the team.
So, once again,
Lance Stroll, one of the drivers for Aston Martin, his dad owns the team.
There you go. Yeah, so. I was going to wake up dead man you.
Yeah. Aston Martin seems like a real disaster this year, huh?
Yeah, so they brought in Adrian Newey, and they were like, well, we're going to be a couple months behind. And then they got, like, what, by far the least amount of laps at testing and went, we don't have any more engine parts. We have to go home.
Yeah, Adrian Newey, famous car designer, they paid him, like, the more money than anybody's ever been paid to do anything ever to come to their team. And he quickly consolidated power and fired everybody else in that organization. And then built a car that seemingly can't contain its own engine.
Yeah, and they're saying that we're a few months behind because we got working like 5 months after everyone else because of when Adrian Newey came over. But it's kind of got Belichick to UNC vibes right now.
Big Belichick to UNC vibes. It's a good call. Newey, you're just like, oh man, they gave him full control. He has no checks and balances. Like, is this his strong suit? You know, his strong suit is scheming, not like dealing with college kids. You know.
Yeah, you're when you bring in Newey like this, you're hoping you're getting Mike Vrabel, but you might end up getting Bill Belichick. So we'll see.
Getting Bill.
Yeah. Which is obviously not a basketball comp. It is kind of like when Tibbs went to Minnesota and they were like, "Yeah, you're in charge of the roster too." And he was like, "All right, so we're bringing in Taj Gibson and we're gonna trade for Jimmy Butler." And Joakim Noah's corpse is going to be
playing. No, he's retired. Okay.
My Aston Martin comp. Let me finish the comp before you argue with me. The Orlando Magic. Now, I'm not saying the Orlando Magic are by far the worst looking team on the grid or anything like that.
Highest expectations to lowest results.
Nailed it. The Orlando Magic came into this year with hope, and a lot of it coming off of last year. And it's not been so great. Not great, Jim.
I have a different Magic comp.
Yeah.
We can do that if you want to segue.
Yeah, sure. What's your Magic comp?
I have Williams as my comp for the Magic. Small market team.
Yeah.
Williams not associated with a major auto manufacturer. Everyone loves the drivers, man. Everyone loves the guys that are there. You know, when you look at the roster, you're like, look at all these guys. Look at the guys they got. These guys are all good. But are any of them great? And on top of that, you look at the team and you go, is the coaching any good? Are we maximizing this team right now?
Hey, welcome to the James Vowell Doubter Club.
This year, Williams came into testing not ready. And that's some old school Williams shit when they were still like in 2015, like filing everything on paper. Still, you know, and James Vowles is like, no, I'm professional. I'm going to professionalize this team. I'm putting things on spreadsheets.
I installed Excel on the computers, and they went, computers?
Computers? Yeah,
what do you
exactly.
mean computers?
Computers. We just build rocket ships. They go fast. They go straight line fast. Stopping, turning, don't think. We go fast, straight. But yeah, just like, I'm projecting a little with Williams this year that they're going to fall back to like 8th, you know?
They're
going to go from like
last year?
5th, yeah. Where you're just like, oh boy, they're not the worst team. Obviously, there are worse, more bigger disasters on the grid, but there were higher expectations here.
My Williams comp was the Chicago Bulls. You hit a lot of the points I had for it. The main one there is like, why is no one investing money in this?
Yeah. historic team, like historically 90s,
especially in the
90s
90s.
Guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this. And I don't really believe in the leadership of the team. You kind of hit on that too. I kind of had a fun experiment with each of these where I was like, okay, now who are the drivers' best player comps? So for oh my god, Carlos Sainz. Jesus Christ, I want to call him Cairo Santos so bad. I cannot tell you how bad I want to call him Cairo Santo.
Fucking Chicago guy over here.
Yeah. For Carlos Sainz, it would have been great for Vooch if they hadn't fucking traded Vooch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they really shot me in the foot there. I think it's easy enough to say Alex Albon, I think it's pretty easily Josh Giddey.
Yeah, like good, definitively good.
Right.
How good? Don't think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I couldn't really land on a good Carlos Sainz comp because I got so annoyed that Vooch would have worked really well and was gone.
Carlos Sainz is Desmond Bain, still in his prime, still just doing his thing. Not anywhere that's maximizing it. That's what I think. They're the magic in performance.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
even
I do
if
like
they're
that.
Historically, the Bulls.
So go back to the alphabetical order here. Let's hit Audi. Let's go back to Audi. Audi, formerly Sauber. I almost called him Saber. Sauber. Bought by Audi a few years ago and changed their name to Audi this year for the first time. Whose engine do they have? Is it a Ferrari engine?
It is a
Mercedes.
It might be Mercedes.
Might be Mercedes. Once again, for those of you who are basketball fans and not F1 fans, there are manufacturer teams that make their own engines, and then, you would say, make their own cars, really. And then there are customer teams who buy engines from other teams.
Wait, no, they have their own one. They have their own.
Okay.
They built their own power unit. Remember, that's part of the whole thing.
Yeah, because F1's like, haha, we can get new teams to come in. Look at Cadillac and Audi.
Yeah, but Cadillac does not have their own engine because they came in, so they decided to join so late. They're also a from scratch team versus Audi is just kind of a new paint job on the same team from last year.
Yeah, with their own engine, obviously. Although I think they were using the Audi engines last year. Now that I say that out loud.
No, they were running Ferrari. They were kick Sauber Ferrari.
Got it. Okay, but who's your Audi?
I couldn't think of a good one for this. This one was the hardest one. Because it has to be a team that has been bad for a while. But there's been a change, and we're not sure if they're going to be good moving forward, but there's a spark of hope.
Yes.
So I went with the Raptors, I guess.
Okay. I don't hate that. I like that a lot.
There's just not a good one for Audi. It's because the Raptors won as recently as 2019. Sauber has never won in F1. They've been around a long time. They're like Williams if Williams didn't win in the 90s. They're well, they've been around forever, but they haven't won ever.
I went with the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this year in particular, not really a competitor, either team. You're not worried about either one of them making a run for the top of the table, as it were. And they're not even, really a threat. You're not thinking top 4 finish for either one of those. But they both have an all-time handsome guy on the team. They both got a really handsome guy.
Who are you talking about?
For which team?
Miami.
Jaime Jaquez.
Oh, sure. You're saying Nico Hulkenberg is Jaime Jaquez?
Yeah. I just because they're both pretty. That's really it.
I mean, Nico is more Bam than...
So, I initially had Bam written down, and I was like, Bam's handsome.
But Bam's been to the finals,
Yeah, but then I was Googling it, and Bam, when he's not wearing a sweatband, has, classic basketball player long face, so I couldn't take him as my handsome guy.
Yeah, sorry. That sucks. Sorry, Bam. Yeah, sure. I think this is the one we were both like, oh, there's not a really good. There's not.
Yeah,
a good
I know.
here.
I know what you're supposed to do with Audi. Well, a fun one now though. Alphabetically, Cadillac. The American team. Who is the most American team? That's the question.
The Washington Wizards.
Come on.
They're going to be on the back of the grid. You know, here's the thing. There's going to be a lot of teams catching flack for being at the back of the grid this year in F1. You know, Aston Martin's probably going to be at the back to start. Audi's probably not going to be great to start. People are going to be getting in trouble. People are going to be getting fired. People are going to get yelled at. No one's yelling at Cadillac for being at the back of the grid, and no one's yelling at the Wizards for having a top 3 pick. You're like, yeah, that's the Wizards. That's new team at Cadillac. Sure. Wizards still have those veterans on the team that are just sitting around. Trae Young and Anthony Davis are Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez. You know, they're like, oh, they brought those guys in. That'll be great in a year or two. You know?
Yeah, I kind of went a similar route, except the Wizards is just being mean. That's just being mean to Cadillac. I also like how you took the American team and said, what's the NBA team with the most foreign players on it? Let's go with that team.
Oh, the red, white, and blue colors, though, in the nation's capital.
You know, they really should have a more United
American
States name.
team.
What do the Wizards have to do with DC? Just because of the
I
W?
like it.
Is that it?
I like it. I think it's fun. Fuck, yeah, they were the Washington Bullets, so that was very American.
Yeah. It's wild. Like, it's wild they went with bullets. Like, there just had to be a better thing to go with than being
the
like
Washington cruise missiles. Like, just like so crazy, dude. Washington Bullets is so crazy.
Flies out of a gun and kills people.
Especially like after every like major shooting in the US, just to be like, the Washington Bullets, trigger warning for this team.
Why if you're gonna go that on the nose, why not go with the Desert Eagles?
When did they change it? Like 2000?
Like 99, yeah.
Okay. It's in the 90s, dude.
Yeah.
It's like I was watching Slapshot the other day, the hockey movie for movie swingers, and I was like, "Is this 1977? No one's wearing helmets."
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I like how we're like, it's outrageous this team in Washington had this name in the 90s, and no one's looking over at the Washington football team, who had a very problematic name, all the way up until the 2020s.
Yeah, but that's different in that was a very common naming structure. Bullets was just out of pocket. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of teams that had problematic name. Like,
yeah, it's really hard to talk about
names.
the old Washington name. It's like the joke in Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, where you're like, I can't explain this joke to people because to say it, I would either have to like throw away all the humor in the joke or say a homophobic epithet. So I'm just gonna not explain this joke to people.
Yeah. And it's, that's such a good joke.
What are we doing? Cadillac?
Yeah.
My Cadillac comp, the New Orleans Pelicans. A much nicer tanking comp. Much kinder. They're bad. We knew they were going to be bad. But who doesn't like a couple of guys on this team, you know?
That's good. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Valtteri Bottas, Jeremiah Fears, Sergio Perez, Derek
Trey Murphy.
Oh, yeah,
Derek
there
Queen.
you go. And they combine into one to be Trey Murphy. Although Trey Murphy doesn't play basketball anymore, so.
Who's Zion Williamson in this comp?
One of the guys who changes tires.
That's where we're at with Zion now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me see if I can do my alphabet right here. Is the next one up Ferrari?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who is now we're getting into the fun ones. Who's your Ferrari?
This one is to me the most obvious one. They're the Knicks.
Oh, that's pretty good. I had the Knicks somewhere else, I think. They're
the only team in the league where everyone's like, God, the league is just better when the Knicks are good.
Yeah.
You know? And Ferrari is the same way in F1 where everyone's like, it's just better when Ferrari is good, you know?
That's a really good call. I went with the Spurs. So initially, I experimented with a little Ferrari Lakers comp, which I thought was just rude but made sense. Then I thought, what about Ferrari Golden State Warriors, which somehow felt even ruder than going with the Lakers.
That's rude to the Warriors.
How's that? Because the Warriors have won recently.
They have won, yeah.
Yeah.
Ferrari was eating shit while the Warriors were winning.
Here's why. Here's why I went with the Spurs, right? Both the Spurs and Ferrari this year have something that other teams simply cannot figure out, and it changes the whole game. The Spurs have Victor Wembanyama. They have this guy in the middle of the paint who can somehow get from the paint to the three-point line and block shots just because of how long and tall he is. And then the other side of the court is a legitimate jump shoot threat. He can dribble. He can drive. Wemby breaks the game. And people cannot figure it out. People cannot replicate it. Wemby is different than anything else. And Ferrari seemingly has this rocket ship start this year.
Sure. Yeah, tech time with Adam.
Yeah, they are getting off the line so much faster than other people. And some talk of it is they have a new starting sequence that people haven't really figured out how to do yet. And maybe the Ferrari drivers or the Ferrari mechanics have simplified it, made it easier on the drivers. But Ferrari might legitimately not need to have their cars set for qualifying anymore. They might just say, fuck it, we're setting it for the race. If it hurts us in qualifying, we'll get off the starting line so fast it doesn't matter.
That's sick.
These
Ferrari's
pods
cool.
Kill you. You are the yawniest person I have ever met in the mornings.
I was up late last night. It was busy at the restaurant.
You sure weren't playing?
Yeah, Ferrari. You could do a Lakers comp too, for sure. I have the Lakers for a different team, but there's definitely a Lakers comp to be made where they're the most popular team.
Yeah,
and they have a lot of big stars with potentially contrasting.
Right, and they always get the biggest driver,
views.
which is kind of like the Lakers thing too. Like Lewis Hamilton leaves Mercedes, he goes to Ferrari because everyone wanted to be on Ferrari growing up. If this was NFL, the obvious comp would be Ferrari Dallas. And you get Lewis as LeBron, you get Doncic as Charles Leclerc. But it just felt mean. I think Ferrari has a legitimate chance at taking home the Drivers' Championship this year. And I don't think the Lakers have any shot at winning the title.
That is a good point. That is a fair point. That would be the best case scenario outcome, right? Is a Charles Lewis team battle, Charles Lewis George battle for the title.
Ooh. Or
is that the best, most likely outcome for the season?
I think it's the best, most likely one. The true best one is Isaac Hadjar runs away with the title.
That would be out of control, dude.
He's up 400 or 500 points.
I think Max is going to stick his nose in there a couple times and be like, "Oh yeah, remember Max? Remember how he's the best driver on the grid?" And then I think that team is going to be a solid third or fourth.
I don't think we get the McLaren repeat. I think that it's going to be. I really think it's going to be Mercedes. But if it's not Mercedes, I think it's going to be Ferrari. And if it's not Mercedes or Ferrari, I think it's going to be Red Bull.
Right.
Haas. Haas is up next.
I have the Trailblazers.
I also have the Trailblazers.
Oh, yeah, dude. Is it just the colors?
I mean, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Just a team where you're good job, guys. Good job. You're middle of the pack, and good job on you for that.
You look at him and you're like, this could have been so much worse just a few years ago.
Yeah.
They got the young guy everyone loves. Ocon is Denny Advia, obviously.
Yeah.
And Oliver Behrman, Scoot Henderson.
That's an insult.
I don't want to do
Ollie.
that. I legitimately believe in Oliver Behrman, so I'm not gonna do that to him.
Who else would be Behrman on the Blazers? Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's take a little look at their roster.
They don't have a young guy. I'm really excited.
No,
about.
they don't have. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with their team. Is they're wow, I like everybody on your roster. Shaden Sharp. I guess he's Shaden Sharp.
He's better than Shaden Sharp.
Is he better than Tumani Kamara?
Yeah, maybe Tumani Kamara. I mean, I think he's better than Tumani. If you take the rookie draft class that each of those guys were in, and you say Behrman was
Young Hansen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
Let me ask you this: who's the Young Hansen of F1? Is this
Kimmy?
the most niche possible sports conversation? Breaking news: engine manufacturers agree to new engine testing in light of the Mercedes 16:1 compression ratio loophole.
Hell yeah! So maybe Mercedes is fucked this year. That's great news if you're a Ferrari fan.
Yeah. What
team
were we talking about?
We were just talking about the Trailblazers because we were talking about Haas.
Yeah, and I asked you who the Young Hansen of the NBA is, and you said Kimmy, which I disagree with because Kimmy actually participates in F1.
Gabriel Bortoleto. What
Jack
about the
Cohen.
rookie? What about the rookie on Racing
Bulls?
Bulls?
Arvid Lindblad.
Arvid Lindblad. That's right.
Arvid Lindblad.
Arvid Lindblad.
Okay, should we just move on to the next team?
Yeah, sure.
Let me do my alphabet in my head. McLaren. McLaren. Who's your McLaren comp?
McLaren. Oh, this was a good one. Oklahoma City.
That's
Reigning
mine
champ.
too. Easy.
Yeah,
one.
easy.
Yeah.
Reigning champ. Lots of young guys. Not a fan. I don't want to watch them. They're good. Yeah, but I don't want to watch them.
Yeah,
not interested.
my comp. I specifically said it's not because they have the MVP, drivers champion,
Yeah.
and the championship from last year. It's not because they have a really good second guy who's prone to disappearing. It's purely because I hate them, and I hope everyone involved is on the Epstein list.
Why do you hate McLaren? I just feel very neutral. That's why that's my problem with F1 last year. Is I just fell off because they were like, we've got drama, Oscar Piastri versus Lando Norris, and I'm like, that's like we've got drama. A piece of toast fell onto an unseasoned egg, and
Here's why I hate them. Because Lando Norris is a goober,
he's a huge goober.
and I cannot abide a goober in my cool motorsport. I cannot live with this.
That's the thing is I was all in. I was on the Oscar Piastri is a cold-blooded killer. He's going to be the Jokic of F1, you know. And then he just fucking shit the bed in the last 6 races. I was like, what the fuck, man?
That's why I think that his comp is either J-Dub or Chet. It's like you're really good number 2 guy who sometimes just inexplicably disappears.
Yeah. I was like, I wanted Oscar to like grab, Oscar Piastri needs to step up, to quote Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I just needed Oscar to step up a little more at the end of the season, literally, like 100%, like just be fat. Like his pace just fell off. There was like, you had it. You had the championship in your hands and it fell off.
I also don't like noted team CEO Zach Brown.
Zach Brown, who was like, I'm going to get a tattoo of every win I get, and then proceeded to win like 15 races. He was like, I'll stop.
He's kind of Sirianni coded. He's got like Nick Sirianni energy.
Yeah, he has big what is it you do here energy, because he's not the team principal.
No.
That's Andrea Stella. Stella is the tech guy. Zach Brown's the CEO, but he's on all the calls. Like, he's the guy people talk to.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Zach Brown, they interview, and as far as I can tell, he's just really good at selling.
Is Andrea Stella
ads.
Vic Fangio?
I like how now we are doing a basketball to F1 to the Philadelphia Eagles comp. This is out of control. This is the most niche sports coverage that's ever existed.
Talking about defensive coordinators.
Obviously, Andre Estelle would be Howie Roseman.
Was McLaren's flexi wing the too high shell?
It was that's their offensive line coach who just left. Yeah. Jeff Stoutland. Jeff Stoutland's the flexible wing.
The tush push was the flexi wing.
Yeah. I'm going to send you a screenshot of the watch time graph where it gets to right in the moment where you said is Andre Estelle Vic Fangio, and it's just going to dip straight down to 0.
From what, 2? Come on.
Excuse you, like 20.
Yeah, it'll be Andrew and Noah. They're the only 2 people who are listening.
Yeah.
And then they'll turn it off.
Well, we both had OKC. I think we covered that. Next up would be Mercedes.
This one's kind of tough. I want Mercedes. The actual comp for Mercedes is the 2021 Warriors, or the 22 Warriors. The year they won the remaining title, where you're like, second dominant era. Here we come. Like, that's the energy coming out of Mercedes right now.
Yeah.
I guess that would make George Russell Steph Curry, which is not great because that's not a good comp. So I ended up going instead with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I had that at 1.2.
Lewis Hamilton is like LeBron James leaving, you know. But
Yeah,
now
that's actually
Cavs
really
are good again.
That's really good. Yeah. Donovan Mitchell is George Russell.
Donovan Mitchell is George Russell. Does that make Kimi Antonelli, James Harden, Evan Mobley.
Backwards.
Seems backwards.
Evan Mobley as Kimi Antonelli?
Well, it made more sense when it was Garland and Mitchell.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense with Garland and Mitchell. Not so much. Once again, for those of you that, for some reason, are 30 minutes in to the segment where we're talking about F1 and the NBA.
And they're like, I'm trying to suss out all this F1 stuff.
Yeah. Kimi Antonelli is like
19.
Like, he's supposed to be the Victor Wembanyama of racing. He's supposed to be like the guy who came in and dominated immediately. And he's been good.
He has big Kobe vibes where he came in and you're like, okay, pretty good. Let's see how this develops, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's 18.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's Kobe or if he's something else.
Exactly. Like, is he one day going to be a competitor for the Drivers' Championship, or is he, Esteban Ocon? I don't know why I keep making F1 to F1 comparisons when I'm trying to explain this to basketball players.
It's almost like F1 is the best comp for F1.
Yeah, some people would say. So the question is, like, is he Kobe? Is he Tracy McGrady? Or is he like Andrew Wiggins?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I was like, who came in the league at 19 and like had a good career, but like not?
Yeah.
Wiggins is a good comp. Is he Andrew Wiggins? Maple Jordan.
Is he playing for Team Canada next Olympics, you think?
He might be getting too old.
He didn't play for the last one, I don't think. I don't remember anymore. Canada we never interacted with Canada in the last Olympics.
Thank God.
My Mercedes comp.
For international relations.
Hey, I'll tell you who's definitely not going to be at the next Olympics is Iran. Good news. USA and Israel doing things together again. You know?
And it's always good when that happens.
I was worried.
Speaking of F1, I don't
them anymore because of the genocide.
I thought we were not going to bring it up, but F1 they canceled their Pirelli canceled their tire test at Bahrain. I don't know why.
Yeah, so many possible reasons that could have happened.
Yeah, everything's going to be fine.
Listen, all the problems, they're over there. They're somewhere else. We don't got to think about them. But I swear to God, if they cancel the Abu Dhabi race, I am going to fucking lose it. What do you mean?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
My Mercedes comp. The Detroit Pistons. Which is going to.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say the Pistons. My actual comp ended up being the Cavs. I was thinking about the Celtics or the Pistons. One of the top of the East teams.
Yeah.
They feel Easty. If the Mercedes, if there's East,
they do is it the color scheme? Because it feels like all the East color schemes are the ones that have like.
They're like dull.
Darker tones. Yeah.
Darker tones, yeah.
But the Pistons, top 5 guy. George Russell. George Russell's their Cade Cunningham. A young up-and-comer? As like their Jalen Duren is like Kimi Antonelli? I know. That was a little tough.
Yeah, Cade has... But Cade doesn't have George energy because Cade's not a goober.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't... He's not the most English
Mercedes could also be the Knicks because then Karl Anthony Towns could be George.
Tiny Brunson as Tiny Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I kind of like that. And then my other thing with this is they have like an outside chance at dominating the next era. I'm not saying the Pistons will. I'm not saying Mercedes will. But I'm saying they both have like a better than not odds to be the best team in the next era.
Yeah. It's going to be Mercedes or Ferrari, right? That's what everyone's saying. If it's someone else, it's going to be like from the top rope. Yeah, it's going to be like, oh my God, is that Max Verstappen's music? Doot, 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 doot. Max Verstappen.
Racing Bulls? You think Red Bull over Racing Bulls?
I think Max should retire. I think that would be the best move. I think he should get like 5. I think for his career, like for his legend, I think if Max truly wants the case to be the GOAT, you know what I mean? I think instead of staying in F1 and trying to win a bunch of more championships to break the record or whatever, he needs 3 more to tie the record, 4 more to break it. He should retire now, be like, these cars suck to drive, and then just go win every other championship format, win WEC, for the next like 10 years, just like tear through like every other racing series and then like move on with his life. And everyone's like, God, what if Max had stayed? You know what I mean? It's like Tarantino's 10 movie rule.
Yeah, the tin movie role is one of my favorite all-time self-owns in the history of sports. Him doing that is outrageous. Let's talk Red Bull, since we're talking Red Bull, right?
I have the
Red
Lakers for Red Bull.
I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. Give me your Lakers
Oh.
case.
Oh, Luka to Max is just like a 1-1 comp right there. Luka to Max Verstappen and Luka Doncic. Luka is just Max who hasn't won a championship. Max is like if Luka won 4 in a row, you know, complaining, ornery. Is he in shape? Is he spending? Is he up too late on sim races and drinking sweet tea?
That is so good. That's so much better than my comp. Is he up too late playing sim races? Is the equivalent of Luka Doncic just hammering sweet teas? Luka Doncic is such a great case study in how actually unhealthy Americans are, because we took an 18-year-old kid from Eurobasket, transport him over to the United States, and he immediately starts getting like fat because he gets over here and they're like, there's just greasy chicken and sweet tea available to him at the snap of a finger.
That's so funny. Yeah.
So anyone listening to this that's never resided in the South and doesn't truly know what sweet tea is, it is outrageous that we call that thing tea. It is sugar water that at one point was near tea.
Yeah, it's black
what
sugar
hummingbirds
water.
drink.
It's what hummingbirds drink. That's a good comp.
Yeah, great comp.
I love sweet tea, dude. It's the best. Yeah, in this case, who's Isaac Hadjar is DeAndre Ayton?
Oh, don't do that to my boy Hadjar. That's so mean.
Well, here's the thing about Hadjar is it's got to be someone where it's like young potential, but everyone's looking at it like, ooh, that poor Godspeed soldier, you know.
That's where I got the Timberwolves thing from. So obviously Verstappen's outright irrational confidence guy. Although I guess both of rational confidence guys. It's only irrational because no human should have that level of confidence, not because they haven't done things to prove that level of confidence.
Right.
They're historically have had some issues at the top of the organization. Obviously, Red Bulls is more like scandal and internal drama, whereas the Timberwolves are like, hey, we drafted Johnny Flynn over Steph Curry, and we had a GM at one point who was having an affair with a staffer, and they all got fired, and just bad contracts and bad signings.
Sure.
Now, I have two potential Hadjar guys for you. One that's like in my heart, I want this guy to be Hadjar, or Hadjar to be this guy, and one that's like, this guy might be Hadjar. So, in my heart, I'll give you either Naz Reid or Jane McDaniels as the second guy who's really good, might not be an all-star, but the people around him really like him. Like, he's got his core group of supporters. My other one is like Godspeed buddy. Jalen Clark. I don't know how deep on the Timberwolves bench you want to go there. Okay, then we can go with Jean Beranger.
Okay, I know
young guy, a lot of hope. There's a 7'1" Frenchman problem in front of him.
Yeah, there's a bit of a roadblock there. Yeah, in the shape of a Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. So, obviously the roadblock for Hadjar, for those of you who aren't F1 fans, it's not like a stock car series. Like, all the cars aren't the same, and that includes inside of its own team.
It's kind of the most important thing about Formula One is that none of the cars are the same car. They all look the same unless you zoom in with a magnifying glass, but they're not the same car.
Unless you get really into side pods. But even within an individual team, the cars will be different. So if they figure out a better way to do the aerodynamics, or a better way to do some of the internal combustion in the engine, and they want to have those upgrades out, the teams aren't made of money, and it takes a really long time to manufacture a car. So one driver will get those upgrades first. And that's always your best driver, which means Isaac Hadjar is going to be driving a car designed for Max Verstappen that also doesn't have the upgrades that Max Verstappen is going to get. So that's kind of where we're there's a whole roadblock in the way. There's a Rudy Gobert in front of Jean Beranger.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, it's a little LeBron-y, actually. It's a little, no one can get minutes because LeBron needs to get his shots off, you know? Yeah. Is he going to retire? What's going on here? Oh boy, interesting. Yeah, that's a good. It's either one of those work, I think.
Yeah.
The Luka to Max to me is the 1-to-1 comp of players.
Luca to Max is probably the best comp that we'll have on the table today.
Yeah, although Luka's never won, and Max is a
Yes.
winner. You know,
Yeah.
Max fucking wins, dude.
You're right. Luca is more of a loser. Like, who else would be? Who's like another really good comp? Like,
Max
no
is
one-
like Kobe Bryant is the actual comp,
yes.
but
Max
like
is Kobe's
modern. The problem with the NBA is that we've had like 8 different champions in the last 8 years, so there's no like. And the problem comparing things is in F1, it's always one team will win for 4 years in a row, and then another team will take over.
Yeah. Yeah, we went from the Mercedes era into the Red Bull era into the McLaren year.
Yeah, McLaren year, and then the cars reset. Trying to
Yes.
explain the concept of a regulation change to people is really difficult if they don't follow F1. So they just changed the cars? Yeah, why? Just to shake things up.
Yeah, it would be
shake-
like it'd be like
they
if in
moved the
basketball-
distance of the 3-point line every 4 years just to
I was
shake
gonna say they
things
changed
up.
it to like an egg-shaped basketball after 4 years
Yeah.
because they went, I don't know, we just want to see what will happen.
Seems like it'd be harder.
Now, do people like playing with the egg-shaped thing? No, they hate it. But what else are they
They
gonna do?
hate it, but we're them's the rules. That's the
Yeah.
sport.
All right, I think our last one here is Racing Bull, right? We didn't miss anything. We already talked Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racing Bulls is the only one left.
Who's your Racing Bulls comp?
Well, this is related. Red Bull, I had the Lakers, so Racing Bull, I have the Clippers.
Yep, that's a good one. Yeah, saw that.
Um,
So John Collins is
it's hard. Racing Bulls
You
is a
consider
tough one for those of you still listening who know nothing about F1. Racing Bulls is Red Bull's sister team. They're owned by the same parent company, and basically they act as like minor leagues within the sport. So there's a second team where it's all young guys driving the cars.
yeah.
And
It'd be like if the Iowa
periodically-
Wolves
and
played
they
the
pull
NBA.
from there for the main
Yeah.
team. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, exactly. It'd be like if the Lakers G League team was in the NBA for some reason,
You ever
which
think back to how it used to be called the D
that
League.
might as well be the Washington Wizards. Am I right? But
You ever think about how it used to be called the D League because it was the developmental league, and then Gatorade just signed like a 10-year, $700 million deal to call it the G League?
no, I don't. I don't think I ever thought about that. I didn't know that was why it was the G League.
Wild. That's why it's the G League. Because
Great marketing,
is like,
Gatorade. I know all about that.
Yeah, Gatorade is like, call it the G League. Here's a fucking dumpster full of cash,
That's funny. That's funny. Damn.
and that's how we got Scoot Henderson.
You want to? Who's your comp for Racing Bulls?
The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh,
The
okay.
Dallas Mavericks.
Sure.
Presumable 18-year-old rookie of the year on the team.
They're just
Now he-
shipping off good players as soon as they're good.
Yeah. As soon as someone gets good, they go somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's no chance of them ever winning anything.
Not in. Yeah, I don't know. Not this year.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess the
they
exercise is for this year.
They got Nico Harrison out of there, so in
Yeah, they
3
got
years
Cooper
he can't
Flagg.
trade. What's up?
They got Cooper Flag.
Yeah, no, but
They
in 3
could
years
win.
they can't trade him away. I mean, they could.
That's
Do you
true.
think any chance that like 35-year-old Luca for 24-year-old Cooper Flagg happens as a trade at some point?
Oh, that would be so sick. Is Luka 9 years older than Cooper Flag?
Luca's like 28 right now, right? And Cooper Flagg's the youngest player in the NBA.
Cooper's the youngest player in the NBA?
Yeah, last year he was the youngest player in college too.
Holy shit. Yeah, Luka is 27.
Yeah, and Cooper Flagg's 16 years old.
Hey, happy birthday, Luka Doncic. It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh,
If it's your birthday, pass on an open 3. We very rarely dive into games here. We only talk about like shitty Wizards Pacers games here.
yes.
Can we do 2 minutes on that Magic Lakers game?
Oh yeah, let's talk Magic's Lakers. Especially because we finished up our segment there. You know what? Let's just talk about some games. Fuck the wins draft. Let's just talk about some games. How about
There
that?
was a really good game last night.
Talk about the OKC Denver game.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Jokic and what's his face
Lou
got in a
Dort.
fight. Lou Dort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
but
stuff.
You want to talk about? There was 2 overtime games between playoff teams yesterday, by the way, and also there's a game going on right now.
There's a game on right now.
Yeah, Hornets Trailblazers.
You know I'm turning that on as soon as we're done. Yeah, Pistons Cavs also good last night.
Yeah, just a really solid day of basketball. Pistons Cavs was just like old school basketball shit. Just two Eastern Conference teams going back and forth.
Oh, Al, here's the thing about the Pistons back, Al, is these are just two classic teams. Al.
Do you you got thoughts on the Magic beating the Lakers?
What's going on with the Lakers, man? It has nothing to do with the Magic. Had nothing to do with the Magic.
I don't know how the Lakers are 11 games over 500.
Seriously, when you watch them play, you're like, these guys seem like just a disaster.
Like, on any given night, there's a chance that Luka's going to go off for 35 points and LeBron's going to have 28. Or equally, no one on the team will play defense for an entire period, and DeAndre Ayton will have a story come out afterwards that, like, he's bought more SpongeBob memorabilia than anyone else on the planet. And, like, you know,
something DeAndre Ayton would do.
credit where credit's due to the Magic in that game against the Lakers. Like, you know what the Magic did that we haven't seen enough of this season? They played 4 fucking quarters of defense.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, we've talked about this team ad nauseum because they drive me crazy. But, like, no Suggs, no Wagner. Can I just see what this team? Can we just see what this team's like? Can everyone just play and we can see if they're good? That's all I want.
Give me.
Can I get 10 games?
25 games.
I want 10, Adam. Can I get 10 games? Because they're 500 right now. They're a 500 team without Franz and without Jalen Suggs. That's basically what they are. With both those guys, I don't know. Maybe they're the best team in the league. Who knows? Probably not. What possessed Lou Dort to fight Jokic?
Jokic started.
Lou Dort's like
Lou Dort
just
my height. Fouled him.
Lou Dort's like my height, dude. You know?
Yeah, but he's as thick as Jokic.
That's true. He still weighs the same amount.
Which is saying something, because Jokic ain't exactly out there like fucking Cale Makar. I gotta start making hockey references with you on here. Cale Makar does a lot of cardio. He's a big cardio guy, and he eats really healthy. Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be me soon, you know.
You be a cardio guy?
I feel like it's the best thing. Maybe not running. Running seems like it's bad for your knees. Is there like a cardio that doesn't fuck up your joints?
Rowing.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
I
just
hate
get
cardio.
really into rowing. I hate cardio as well, but it implies to me the fact that I hate it so much is probably means it's the best thing for me to do. You know?
I get what you mean, but that's not the strongest argument on the planet.
Well, it's like the exercises that like hurt the worst and are the least fun to do are usually the best ones to do. You know?
By the way, this is what I was looking up. Paolo Banchero, Desmond Bane, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner. That 4-man lineup. They're plus 12.2 points per 100 possessions.
But they've played like 5 games together. It's a small sample size theater.
That's what I'm gonna have you guess. They don't have net rating on here, but they're plus 12.2 points per 100 possessions over their opponent. Guess just how many minutes they've played together, or you can guess like if you divide it up by 60, how many games they've played together. Sorry, 48.
It's got to be like an hour together. You know, they played together for like an hour.
Here's what I wanted.
It's like got like a crazy low number, right?
So you're saying 1 hour, right?
It's probably like 2 because they played 4 or 5 games.
So
they played 30 minutes a game.
Here's what I'm gonna give. Franz Wagner, Desmond Bane, Jalen Suggs, Paolo Banchero. Minutes played versus the runtime of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. What number's higher?
The playtime. Spider-Verse is a tight hour 50, right?
Yeah, okay. You are correct. It is higher. Now, what about Across the Spider-Verse?
I'm going to assume that it's lower because Across is what, like 2.5 hours, something like that?
Across is 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to go under on the Across. It's just...
By 8 minutes.
Oh, my God. It is
The
2
winner
hours.
is the
I
four-man
was right.
lineup.
Oh my god, the Fat Four Man lineups played 2 hours of basketball together. That's so fucked up.
2 hours and 28 minutes together of basketball on the season so far.
Adam, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy, And I've never been more happy than
because you don't want to be happy, and now you're
well,
telling
that's
me you want
different.
to be happy.
That's different. That'll lead to happiness, in terms of like me being fit and in shape.
Eat less.
Well,
Solution.
I do eat less. I just got to work out to pair with it, with diet and exercise. It's in the rules of the WGA. That's an ampersand and not a word. You know what I mean?
I don't understand how those rules work at all.
The ampersand means they wrote it together as a team. If it just says "and," the word "and," then it means that it's just two people wrote on it, but they did not work on it together. But they both did enough work to qualify for credit.
Are the unions out of control? That's my question.
Yeah, I think they are. It's out of control.
Is there any other games that we need to touch on here that we're not going to talk about later? The Bucks were on like a crazy tear recently, where like the Giannis Bucks won like 8 of their last 11 games.
I just wanted to talk about those 2 really good overtime games last night, and then the Magic Lakers game, which was a big talking point among all my Lakers fan friends in LA. They were all pissed. Like, Luka's not Kobe. They're already at that point. They're already like, oh, Luka, what's wrong with Luka? Luka's not Kobe. We're already there.
Bad vibe season out of Luka.
Is there any other sports team in the world, maybe, where no matter who comes in, the fan base is like, he's not that guy. Not because the Bulls aren't like, he's not Jordan. He's not Jordan.
The Bulls aren't like
the
he's not
Bulls
Jordan,
are a man searching for a drop of water in the desert.
Yeah. Let's see. There's like no one's baseball has too much history, so no one's doing it for baseball.
The Pats fans aren't like, oh, Drake May, he's good, but he's not Brady. He's not Brady. They're just enjoying having Drake May.
Right, and they'll say that about like Mahomes, but that's different. That's a different question. It's not like people hating players on their own team. The problem with the NBA is so player centric that more people are fans of a player than of a team, especially like the last era. Like I do think that's ending with Steph and LeBron, where people are becoming more fans of a team or fans of the sport than fans of a player. But especially in the Kobe era, it was like, I'm not a 76ers fan. I'm an Allen Iverson fan.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, it's definitely a thing in individual sports. Like people in golf all the time. They're like, but he's not Tiger. He's not Tiger. He's not the face of the sport like Tiger. And you're like, no one's fucking Tiger Woods. Okay, that's not how this works.
The problem was everyone was fucking Tiger Woods. That's what got him in trouble.
Heyo.
So you don't want to talk about the Bucks winning 8 of their last 11 games before getting absolutely blown off the floor by the Knicks a few days ago.
Do you want to talk about the Bucks winning 8 of their last 11 games?
They got a lot of points. Brunson kicked the shit out of them afterwards. I don't tell you.
You think it's going to keep Giannis around?
Yeah.
You know what? Giannis, just retire. I don't want to hear about
it
anymore.
Just retire.
Yeah. I think that's a big, that's part of building an aura. That's QT's big thing with the 10 movie thing is he just wants there to be that. He wants to have died young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he wants to be
like when you die young, you don't like get old and washed. you're cool forever. So he's trying to artificially impose that on his career.
Let me say 2 things to Quentin Tarantino. One, you were never cool. Like you made some very good movies, Quentin. You're not a cool guy. You're not cool. Like you're a dork, man. And
no one who makes movies like the movies you've made is cool.
Right.
That means that means when you were 20, you just like sat in a back room at a Blockbuster and watched like 70s grindhouse movies 12 hours a day.
Yeah, you don't get to make a movie that references Shogun Assassin and be like, yeah, I'm a cool guy.
This entire sequence is a reference to Lady Snowblood. Grow up.
And second, this is why the 10 movie rule sucks, because he made his best movie as his last movie and now refuses to make another movie.
Yeah, that's the problem, is he made the perfect last movie, his perfect 10th movie, 9th, and now he's like, shit.
Yeah.
What do I do for 10?
Um, anyways, let's get this podcast.
QT cracks me up. His theater's pretty good. Do you know that the New Beverly, his movie theater in LA, is this for February is only showing smut? They're showing like famous porn because it used to be a porn theater before QT bought it. And they're like, we're going back to our roots. Is what the thing on the sign says.
Did you go to any showings there in February?
No, I did not.
I want to know who's going there because, like, what is it like? Pervert clientele, or is it hipsters who think they're being
That's
arty?
what I'm wondering, because it's like famous porn, like Deep Throat,
porn.
like 70s. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
porn that's in like the background of like old movies. You know.
Yeah,
I was watching
you know.
Slapshot during the big parade at the end. Did they have the town movie theater? The marquee has Deep Throat on the marquee.
Okay, I did. I missed that.
It's a really funny joke in Slapshot that this town just has porn playing at their local theater.
You, if you don't follow Tyler on Letterboxd at tcarcara, he has a great Slapshot review. You should go read.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, it's a good review.
Really depressing movie.
Yeah, wasn't nearly as good as my Millennium Actress review, but you know.
That was just the lyrics of Hanson's Mbop.
Oh, and also making fun of you. It was both those things.
Mbop.
We're an hour and a half into this. I mean, in the cut down after you peed for 40 minutes.
Let's do our fucking letterbox. Let's do our letterbox.
Let's go through letterbox. For those of you who are new to the podcast, every basketball episode we choose games that are going to be the best and worst League Pass games of the coming 2 weeks. And we both watch those games and make a Letterboxd review with a star rating and a short little tidbit about the game. This week, we'll kick it off with our best games. Our first game, February 20th, Cavs at Hornets. Cavs at Hornets. What'd you give this rating, or this game?
I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and my review is all caps. Hear me out! I want Con Knipple in the Harden role of a Maury Rocket-style offense.
Excellent. I like how we all just ignore LaMelo Ball at this point.
Yeah.
No one's talking about LaMelo Ball.
Mine
was also 4
averaging
stars.
these days.
He's probably like close to averaging a triple double, if we're being honest.
He's averaging a 19, 5, and 7.
Yeah.
Not great. Not as good as you want.
I mean, the scoring is lower than you want, but like
Josh Giddey or LaMelo Ball right now. Pick one.
LaMelo Ball.
Really?
Yeah. He's bigger.
Yeah, but Giddey his stats are way better.
And young
that's
girls,
not true. Giddey 18, 8, and 8.
Yeah. And young girls like both of those guys a lot for different reasons.
Are they both 6'7"?
Well, no, just LaMelo is, but Josh Giddey's very popular with the young ladies.
Damn. Yeah.
Mine was also 4
Giddey 5% higher on field goal percentage than LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball 40% from the field. It's not great. Giddey
Not great.
45.
My review, speaking of efficiency from the field, why is no one talking about Ryan Cockburner's shooting efficiency?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. 79% effective field goal percentage. 79%. Outrageous.
I love talking cock. You know what LaMelo Ball's little middle name is?
What?
LaFrance. His name is LaMelo LaFrance Ball.
His last name should be La Underpants.
LaBall. LaMelo LaFrance LaBall.
What's Lonzo's middle name?
I'll look it up.
Next, we have a little bit of a controversy at the second pick because I don't know what game we picked.
So wasn't it not? It was Pistons Spurs.
I texted you Pistons Spurs, but I texted you February 25th Pistons Spurs. That game happened on the 23rd and wasn't a League Pass game. On the 25th, the Spurs played the Raptors.
I didn't watch Spurs Raptors. I watched Spurs.
So just to be safe, I watched both of them because I don't know what I intended. So we'll go with Spurs Pistons. That's when you watch, which technically is a prime game.
Lonzo's middle name is Anderson.
So LaMelo was the favorite right away.
Yeah, Lonzo Anderson Ball. Damn.
What was your February 23rd Spurs at Pistons non-League Pass game Letterboxd review?
3.5 stars. Call me when the Pistons have beef stew back to throw shoulder-level nut punches at Wemby.
Mine was 3 stars. This game looks like an Eastern Conference game, but plays like a Western Conference game.
It's made like an old-fashioned, but it drinks like a Manhattan.
For bonus points, I'll give you my Spurs Raptors, also 3.5 stars. The only reason I want to bring this one up is because the game ended on Wemby blocking Jakob Poeltl in an Ouroboros snaking in its own tail loss for the Raptors.
Yeah, pretty good.
So now we go from our best games to our worst games. Starting, let's do these as a unit here. We went with for some reason, February 19th and February 20th back-to-back that the Pacers played at the Wizards.
We thought that it was funny. That's what we're like. It would be funny if we had to watch both of these. It's the nightmarish back-to-back.
You know what?
It was even worse than I expected.
It wasn't funny at all. It simply was
funny
two
at
bad
all.
basketball games. The first one, the Wizards win 112-105. The second one, the Wizards win 131-118. What are your reviews, Tyler Carcara?
The first one, for game one, I gave 1.5 stars, which feels a little generous.
Yeah.
And my review is Jarris Walker scored 19 points, period. That happened in that game.
Give me your second review, and I'll do both mine as a unit.
Half star. And this one is me screaming and stuck in a well. No one is listening except Tristan Vukcevic.
The first time I saw Vukcevic, I was like,
That's
doesn't
not
look like
that can't
Vucevic
be
at
right.
all. That's
That
not
can't be
Vucevic.
right.
112-105 Wizards. The first game. I also gave it 1.5 stars. My review is, if you take a shot every time the shot clock goes below 10 seconds remaining, you'd be stone cold sober. I swear to God,
my God,
I've
these
never
games
seen
are
a
so
basketball
bad,
player with
dude.
higher pace and lower scoring. It was just walk up, jack up a 3, miss, walk up, jack up a 3, miss.
It's like
then
Bob
Shepard layup.
Cousy era basketball, where it's
Yeah.
like, how many shots did he take? 57? He's like 57
It was pre-shot
shots?
clock. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just like guys would just get past half court and go, I'm out of breath, I'm hucking it. My second one,
You just drive
131-118
into the
Wizards.
paint.
I gave this one 1 star, so I gave it a whole half star more than you. I thought the back-to-back would lead to a high level of competition, and I thought wrong.
Yep.
And we close it out. Our Letterboxd review. The February 26th game between the Pelicans and Jazz, where the Pelicans win 129-116. What are you giving this game?
1.5 stars. And this is kind of an inside joke, but this is Adam making me watch this game is the equivalent of Andrew giving me the number 23 in Movie Swingers.
Are you going to watch that? When are you getting to that?
I don't know, man. I'll probably watch it Monday morning. That's been when I've been watching all my Movie Swingers movies.
You get such bad luck.
I know. They keep giving me shitty movies. Slapshot was fun. I liked watching Slapshot.
Slapshot was good. I'm glad he didn't give you Goon. You would have hated Goon.
Yeah.
And mine for the Pelicans Jazz game, 3 stars. 3 stars. I think the Pelicans are retired from the worst games list.
Oh.
I simply like watching them too much.
I mean, on our last podcast, I did announce that I liked watching the Pelicans, and then this game actually refuted that for me. I did not like watching the Pelicans in this one.
A lot of Zion Williamson going up for a layup and getting blocked in this one.
Kind of small. Zion? Kind of small.
Kind of small. Which, if he had been kind of small when he first came into the league, maybe his knees would still work.
It's true.
Well,
true.
the
It's all
last
the
piece of
sweet
business
tea.
we have to do here is we have to pick our best and worst league pass games for the next 2 weeks. That's going to run from today, February 28th, through March 12th, Thursday, March 12th.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. My sinuses were so clogged. That was such a good sneeze to finish this podcast on. So let's start with our best games here. I'll give you my list. You tell me if we overlap. Anyone we overlap on, we will watch. Starting off right in Sickoville. March 3rd. Mavs at Hornets. Dallas
I don't have that one.
How do you not have this one? Their last
I don't
game
like
was
watching the Mavericks.
Cooper Flagg had 49 points, and Connor
shit, you're
Knipple
right.
won the game on free throws.
Fuck, you're right. God damn it. You're right. You're so right.
No,
Damn it.
no, right.
We got to watch it.
Okay, there you go. That's what I was waiting for. I was just waiting for the green light.
Yeah, stamp it.
March 5th. Actually, this time, Pistons at Spurs.
I do have this one. Is Beef Stew going to be back for this? That's my bar. I'll watch this one if Beef Stew is back.
I think he is, but I'm going to put it in yellow. I'm going to put it in yellow with the note that if Beef Stew's not back, then no. I like how Isaiah Stewart is deciding if we're going to watch a game or not.
Listen, I just want to see their front court together to see how they go up against Wimpy. You know, that's what I said. That's what I want to see. Sue me, Adam.
For what? March
Loving
6th.
Beef Stew.
I thought I just meant like what?
Free Isaiah Stewart.
March 6th, Knicks at Nuggets. How is this a League Pass game? That should be national TV.
I don't have this one. I think I just missed this one.
I also don't blame
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Knicks aren't fun to watch.
Knicks kind of suck.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the Knicks.
Hopefully Mike isn't listening this far into the podcast.
Have you?
Just for no reason, we're like, hey, you know what? Fuck the Knicks, by the way.
Fuck the Knicks in particular. Have you ever seen the John Boyce YouTube video, I Am Going to Fix the Knicks?
No.
It's an all-time, like, stupid premise for a YouTube video where he's talking about how there's a song by a certain James Dolan and his band called I Am Going to Fix the Knicks. It's the name of the song.
Excellent. By the way, the name of that band, JD and the Straight Shots.
JD and the Straight Shots.
JD
The running bit in the thing is he doesn't know who James Dolan is. He just because it's JD and the Straight Shots, and he's like, in honor of JD and the Straight Shots, I'm gonna do this exercise where he simulated the history of the Knicks, but anytime any player misses a shot, they're cut from the team. Okay, and they run out of players by like 1998 or something like that.
You've piqued my interest.
Yeah. It's a good video. It's pretty good.
March 11th. Timberwolves at Clippers. Game 2, Timberwolves Clippers.
Yeah.
You got that one?
I do have that one. I like the Clippers. I like watching. What's the deal with this team? What's going on here?
What do you mean they traded away James Harden and kept winning games?
What do you mean Kawhi Leonard is good again?
I know we are placing too many bets on a precarious house of cards. March 11th is fucking 12 days from now. We are betting Kawhi Leonard will still be healthy and playing basketball in 12 days.
I don't know.
This one gets grim. This one gets grim if he's out. Then we're going to be like Derek Jones against.
What about we can yellow this one, like if Kawhi is playing?
No, we can. As a rule of thumb, we can only yellow if an injured player might not come back. We cannot yellow if a player might go out with injury.
Okay, sure.
And March 12th, Nuggets at Spurs.
Nugs Spurs. Yeah. We can do that one after last night's game.
We got
with Oklahoma City. I think the Nuggets are in some good are doing
we
some
have
good
potentially
stuff right now.
4 good games we're going to watch.
Oh my god, it's the first time ever.
Now the problem is we also now have to talk about the bad games.
Adam, can I pitch you one more?
Yeah.
I know this is a lot of basketball to watch, and there's no way I'm actually going to be able to watch all of these games live. There's definitely going to be some recaps fired up for me.
Of course.
The Magic are playing the Timberwolves on Saturday, March 7th.
But it's not League Pass.
Is it not? Oh, it's
Prime.
noon. That's right. It's a prime game. I'm just saying we should probably watch that one.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch that. It won't be part of this segment. We will for sure watch that. Maybe we'll do I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do some other thing on that game.
Okay.
Maybe a short. We'll do a short. How about that? We'll do a short.
We'll do a YouTube short. Yeah.
We'll do a YouTube short. Let's talk about these worst games. March 1st, which is tomorrow, although some people don't realize that. Grizzlies at Pacers. You got that one?
I am Tyler. My name is Tyler Kirkara, and the Grizzlies are good to watch. They're pleasant. They're pleasant to my eyes.
Wow. Fine. We won't watch that one.
Cedric Coward. Okay? Cedric Coward.
You see that Jalen Wells injury? Ugh.
No,
Ugh. This is a nasty one.
Yucky.
March 8th. Bulls at Kings in the Spider-Man pointing meme game.
I have that one.
Excellent. So they're playing at the Kings. So half the players on that team get to go back and look where they lived in Sacramento. That's fun.
Sacramento's nice this time of year.
Yeah, I've seen Lady Bird.
Yeah.
March 9th. Grizzlies at Nets. I assume you don't have this one because you love the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
March 10th. Pacers Kings. Pacers Kings in the Tyrese Halliburton revenge game.
I do have that one. Tyrese Halliburton isn't playing because he has hemorrhoids. What's his deal? Have you read about this?
No, it's hemorrhoids? Tyrese Halliburton's got
No,
hemorrhoids?
it's not hemorrhoids. It's he has shingles. That's what it is.
Oh, I did see that. You just like unlocked the memory. Yeah, how do you get shingles? You're a fucking NBA player. Get vaccinated, man. There's a shingles vaccine.
You're like 24.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the YouTube video? Speaking of YouTube videos, the shingles jingle?
No. What? No wonder you're not watching these fucking movie swingers movies until Monday morning. You spend all your time watching YouTube videos?
No, all these videos are like locked in my memory from like 5 years ago when that was all I did.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Brian. I have shingles, so I'm told, which is strange because it usually affects those over 30 years old.
Oh my God. I didn't know this was going to be a musical number.
It's a shingles jingle.
Closing it out. Last one I got. Suns at Pacers. Now, if I can make the case, no Dylan Brooks.
No Dylan Brooks, no Booker.
No Booker.
So we can talk about. I can briefly talk about. I actually, this is a good call, and we should do this one. Because the overtime game, the Magic Suns overtime game, is one of the most despicable displays of basketball I've ever seen in my entire life. Fucking what's his face? Jalen Green had like 27 shots. He's Bob Cousy out there.
Yeah.
6 or 27 or something like that.
The way when I watched the second half of that game, and the way that I think that I internally thought about that game is that someone said to Jalen Green, all right, Jalen, we want to see how you fit in the offense here. We're going to give you a lot of runway to do what you want with you being the primary creator out there. And he went, got it. Heard you loud and clear, coach. You said take every shot.
Yeah, go get out there, shake the rust off, get in there, do what you got to do. And he's like, you heard Coach Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. You'd score 70 or you're cut. So here are the games that we are definitely watching.
So many this week.
Mavs at Hornets on the 3rd. T-Wolves at Clippers on the 11th. Nuggets at Spurs on the 12th. Bulls at Kings on the 8th. Pacers at Kings on the 10th. Suns at Pacers on the 12th. And if Beef Stew is back, Pistons at Spurs on the 5th.
Oh, I had one. Can I mention my 2 bad games that I really didn't want to watch? In terms of pure, please don't make me watch this. I don't even want to watch the 16-minute full game abbreviated highlights. Nets Heat on March 5th.
Yeah,
that's just that's just nothing, man. Come on, that's not even a train wreck. That's just what are we doing?
If they didn't play that basketball game and they just put a final score up on a chyron on the bottom, how long would it take you to find out they didn't actually play that basketball game?
Never. I'd never find out.
Yeah, right? People wouldn't even talk about it.
People would be like, yeah, they gave the Heat a 110 to 102 victory and just gave everybody their averages for the season.
What was your other one?
Actually, I take that back. That was the only one I had. I lied. Jazz Bucks is pretty gross.
No, but remember, the Bucks are good now.
Sure.
All right, Tyler Carcara, you got any plugs on the way out the door here?
Oh, I mean it. T. Carcara on Letterboxd. Read all my good reviews of the number 23 that's coming. Keep an eye out for that review.
I got my.
I'm trying to be a good sport about it. I think it's funny. I enjoy the chaos of throwing random bad movies in Movie Swingers. Otherwise, it's just 4 film bros passing around film bro movies.
Right.
I just wish it wasn't me every time. Who gets the bad movie?
You've been getting kicked in the crotch a few times. What was the one you gave like 1.5 stars to?
Oh, that was one Noah gave me. It's like the Endless. It's a indie sci-fi movie.
Yeah. Quietly, and I don't know if this is gonna make it into the podcast. And if it does, you guys are getting way too much insight into a little side thing we have going called Movie Swingers. But quietly, we got to stop Noah. We got to stop Noah, man.
What do you mean?
He just keeps giving out these indie fucking sci-fi horror movies that no one's ever heard of.
That's his whole thing. I've seen all
stop.
of the ones he's giving out, except for the one he gave me. I've saw Possessor.
I did not see Possessor.
What was the other one he gave? Is that Possessor and
I can't remember.
You gave Andrew Arrival, right?
I gave Andrew Arrival, yeah.
So crazy you didn't like
And he was like, this movie's bad. I was like, you're bad, I'll kill you. All right. Let's get out of here. The plugs are in the description. If you want to follow us on any social medias, if you want to check out the website, we just did our predictions for Elimination Chamber. By the time you hear this, has already happened. But they're funny. Go read them because they're funny, not because they're right. Or not because they're predictive. We'll be back for Town Alone. We'll be back on Tuesday with the next Town Alone podcast. We are streaming on Sunday. It's a speedrun grab bag where a bunch of my friends just bought me random games that I'm going to have to try to speedrun. And then we'll be back next week with the hockey baskie. And in 2 weeks here, Tyler Carcaro will be back for another basketball baskie. And with that, Tyler, we don't do any shout-outs on the show. So is there any rookie class basketball players that you think we aren't talking about enough that you want to mention in the style of my Ryan Kalkbrenner obsession?
I mean, listen, I actually watched all of those Pacers Wizards games, and I wasn't kidding that Tristan Vukcevic was speaking to me. You know, is he a rookie or is he in his second year?
I legitimately could not tell you.
So yeah, I was like, this guy's kind of got some game.
Shout out to Vukcevic. Thanks for being around. Make life easier for us.
He is a rookie, yes.
There you go. Rookie Tristan Vukcevic.
Italian.
Let's get it. Italian?
That's what I'm saying. Oh wait, no, he's Serbian. I take that back. But he was born in Italy.
I got a cat on my shoulder. I don't know what the plan is here, ma'am. All right, let's get out of here. Oh God, this is getting worse by the second. What are you doing?